Hello, everyone, and welcome to North Pole Happy Hour. That's right, the Monday show. We're back after a 2 week hiatus. Let me introduce the guys that make it all happen. That is Phineas T. Elf and Randall Santa Checker Lee. And over in the corner is our producer, Angela Mack. Hi, guys. How was our time off?
Wow, it was a long time for me.
Yeah, you had a little bit more time than we did. How are you feeling, Randy, first off?
Hey, doing all right, doing all right. Trying to stay out of that trouble again. I don't know whatever happened, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. One day at a time. Tomorrow will be a new day. One step at a time.
The thing is, you look good and you got a smile on your face. That makes us happy, doesn't it, Phineas?
Yes, indeed. It's been, well, when you take something away during time off, it fills up with other stuff. So, you keep busy elsewhere. So it was, I missed getting to chat with everybody, but at the same time, I got to see some amazing people in real life. So there you go. So,
Always that trade off, but it's always for good reasons. And
mhm.
we're happy to be back. Glad to
Yeah.
be able to come in here and share the exciting things that we've been doing. I mean, Randall and myself, of course, was last week, I guess you'd say, at Branson with Spangle and SOS. That was a good time, a busy time, but a good time. Got, like I say, talked to a lot of amazing people. And I got to throw in a plug here real quick while we're on the topic. I went ahead and bought into Missy Boggs' Snow on the Roof, or out of Atlanta, kit that she has for hair and beard, and I love that stuff. It may be a little expensive, some folks say, but it's worth every penny because the product is quality. She knows what she's talking about. There's nobody out there that knows more about hair than she does. I truly believe it after seeing her presentation, sitting talking with her, and now using the products. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was something watching her presentation, and she had the breakdown of hair follicles and all that
Uh
kind
huh.
of stuff. And then since I have well water, it makes it even worse for the hair. So I had
Sure.
more talking to her about the stuff afterwards. So same thing, I bought a whole bunch of stuff and did the 5 hour detox thing for your hair, and which was a process, but never did it. Feels good. I don't. So we'll see what happens and keep up the program. Like you said, and it's you think about cost. Just because it's more money doesn't mean it always costs more. You don't need like a boatload of shampoo. It's just that little bit can go
Yeah.
a long ways. The old-fashioned dabble do you. Remember those commercials years ago? But it's a good program. So
Sure. After talking to Derek Dugan, which is one of her first clients, he said, "Boy, the product lasts a long time because you don't use but just a drop," as Randall says, and it really makes a difference. I'm amazed at the feeling. I did the quick detox because I'm not ready to process my hair. I'm going to wait and try to do that just before the season starts. But even the short detox, the thing I noticed the most was I've always had this yellow tinge, and my hair was always whiter than my beard, and it really took that out of that beard, and it just the feel of it alone. I mean, it just feels clean and healthy, and that's
yeah,
just with one application and one time washing with the K18. So
I'm not going to bleach till November anyway. But because of the well, I wanted to get it clean now, so
absolutely.
I'll do it again, get closer. But
Well,
yeah, it is an amazing product. She was very riveting. And
the detox is recommended every 90 days or every 3 months, and there's a reason for that because just the air, the pollutants in the air, the particles, day in and day out, life just builds up, and as she explains, your hair absorbs that.
yeah, yeah,
It's like a sponge. So,
it's crazy.
all right, Phineas. So, is it hot where you are, or is it hot where you are?
It is currently 102 where I am. So yes, it is very hot here. So
The
Yeah,
same.
and we have over 100% humidity because it is currently falling out of the sky where I'm at. So
Well, it's same temperature here, but we got clear skies, and the sun is out in full blast, and it is a little sticky, I must say. But hey, again, it's the end of July. What can you expect? I
mhm.
suppose Randall's sitting there with the sea breezes coming off the lakes, and
man, I just say I'm pretty fortunate. It's 80 degrees and partly sunny. It's today a little thick out there, but not. supposed to get late rain, so you guys are that's super hot.
Yeah.
So, there's no getting away from that heat.
As Phineas described, it's a soup, all right.
It is super. Yep.
It was pretty warm in Branson too. When we were up there, and we were lucky because we've been in Michigan, with you guys, and the temperature is so nice, especially at night. And then went to Cincinnati, Kentucky, there along the Ohio River, and it was fairly nice there. We had a few warm days, but it wasn't real bad. And but boy, come back to Texas and Branson and Oklahoma, and ouch.
Wow. It was the hottest thing. I think was probably the classroom. I think that was the hottest part of Branson, probably the classroom.
Unfortunately, the air conditioner went out on Saturday, and with the temperature being so hot, it was almost unbearable in the classroom. Lucky enough, they brought in a lot of fans, and the air walls that go down the side divide off two smaller rooms from the larger room, and that's the TNL room on the left, and Spangle's room is on the right, and other vendors in there with us. But that we had our air was still working in both those rooms, so we opened up the doors, put the fans in the doors, and was trying to blow it out into the classroom, which made a little bit of a difference for the classroom, but it made a big difference for us because it was sucking all that nice cool air out of our room and trying to give it to them, which was a much larger space than what we had. So
it was I mean, it just needed some air to circulate. It really did. The classes kept you engaged. Here we go. Thank you. Forget that other word I couldn't get out. Engaged in what was going on. So if you're watching the classes, you were fine.
yeah, so I got some folks chiming in that it's hot where they are. AJ said he wished he'd have known it was going to be that hot in the classroom. He'd have brought his cooling vest. Good plug for Therm Apparel. Thank you, AJ. Ken Kringle, you are a rotten dog. He said it's only 76 where he is. What a rascal.
70.
All right, are we ready to go ahead? Let's go ahead and jump into our inspirational. We need some inspiration today, don't we? Let's go ahead and see what Santa P's got up his sleeve.
He worked his tail off there too.
It's called community.
Community, I like it.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B back with you here again today, and my goodness, it's been a little while, but it's been a busy time. It's been a week since I got back home from School of Santas in Branson. And in that time, I have kind of been sorting through so much of the information that I got. And you know what I keep doing, I mean, aside from the classes that were wonderful, I keep sitting back and thinking about the opportunities I had for fellowship. Time I got to spend with Randyl and Bob and Scott and Spangle and so many other people. And as much as the knowledge, the things that we got from Phil and Ken are amazing, and all the other presenters, the time we got to spend together, sitting in the lobby, talking over breakfast or cobbler, going to the shows, just having that time to interact as a real family and community. It was fantastic. And I just encourage you. I encourage you to go to schools, to go to Santa schools, to learn more about our craft, to build those relationships. But even if it's not there, take time to find your community, wherever you live. Find your people. Spend time with them, enjoy that time, and reflect on those wonderful memories, because ultimately, that's the best thing. So all I can say right now is I'm looking forward to my season. I'm looking forward to North Pole Cornerstones in February, and I'm looking forward to School of Santas in 2027. Be blessed. Be well. I love you all.
Very cool.
Okay.
Great
real
message.
quick,
Great message as always.
I gotta tell AJ. AJ, yes, you are out of timeout.
AJ, producer says you're out of
You
timeout.
are out, and Santa Jerry Stevens is out, and Ken Kringle is out,
Yeah,
and Kane Smith is out today.
very nice. Got some folks come out of timeout. get out on good behavior. Let's keep it that way.
Guess I'm never getting out then.
What's that, Randall?
I guess I'll never get out there if I got to get out in good behavior.
You're always on the nice list. All right, let's go ahead and jump right on into our Elf Appetizer. Angela, roll it.
Well, now, that's not just a burger, that's a statement. Welcome to the Elf Appetizer, where we get straight to the meat of the hot topics. Stop drooling, fellas. We're just getting started. We stack it high. Truth, humor, a little heat, and we don't nibble around the edges. So pull up a chair, loosen that belt, and let's take a real bite out of this thing. Let's carve into it.
I'm sorry. Every time I look at it, I just smile. You can't help it. The
can't help
facial
it.
expression we did is priceless.
It's too hot to eat a hamburger like that here. You know, you'll get the meat sweats in addition to temperature.
You want meat sweats too, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Phineas,
So for
let's jump in.
So for today's Elf Appetizer, here is a question for everyone. Have you ever bought secondhand, slightly used, as a Claus in need, or maybe not even as Claus in need? Many of the Red Suit community gatherings, schools, or conventions are dedicating a corner for a buy and sell and trade tables and racks. Secondhand stores or Goodwills, you can often find bargains. What are some of the treasures that you have found at many of the above mentioned? Share your finds and how you've used them. On the other hand, have you sold items this way?
All right, I think I'll jump in first because this question was kind of directed towards what happened in Branson for me. They were having the Hall of Fame ceremony for me in Santa Mel with Phil Wentz there. It was a good time for them to do that. We were both there, and we both went in class of 25. And at the last minute, and I do mean the last minute, just before we left the next morning, I was told to make sure I had a red jacket. Well, we had looked at red jackets and didn't find anything that we was ready to buy. I mean, some of them are expensive. If you go custom, you can find some least expensive ones, but you don't know if they're gonna fit. Some say slim fit. Oh, I'm not a slim fit. So when we get to Branson and we go looking, we went down the hill to the Tanger, shopped all the stores down there that possibly had men's, sports coats or blazers. Didn't have them. They referred us to go down to downtown Old Branson, where the landing is, down at the lake. And instead of driving down there and wasting that time, because we had something that we had planned we had to do for the school within an hour and a half of us getting the chance to go look for these. Carol got on the phone. She started making phone calls. Everybody says, "Oh, you're going to have to go back to Springfield." You know, you call Springfield, and they said, "Well, we've got every color but red." So we went back to the hotel. We had just pulled in the parking lot, and Santa Mel calls, and she said, "Did you find a blazer?" I said, "I did not. There's not one to be had. I'll just have to go up on stage without one." She says, "Come in here. What part of the parking lot are you at?" And I said, "Well, I'm right outside the door here." She looked at it. She said, "Come in right now. Go in there. There's a buy, sell, and trade rack that had a red coat on it."
Wow.
It was a slim fit. It was a size too small. I couldn't button it up. But with it open with my white shirt and trousers, it really looked nice. And my wife Velcroed the Hall of Fame patch on it real quick. We put my Hall of Fame pin on it and was able to go out and make a decent showing. So that was one thing. Now, also, during the course of the weekend, several of us fell because of malfunction in some of the equipment there. I sprained my ankle pretty severely at the time. It's much better now. I no more had gotten back. We'd gotten out of the Hall of Fame ceremony when this happened, and here come Mel, and she's got one of the red and white translucent canes that Spangle sells. It said, "Here." So I was using it, and when I got home, I called her and I said, "How much do I owe you for that cane?" She said, "Nothing. I got it off the buy, sell, and trade rack." She said it was very inexpensive. It's one of the Spangles. It was only pennies for what he charges, and it was in perfect condition. So 2 instances over the weekend where that rack and that table came in handy for old Bob.
Wow. Timing on that one.
I was blessed.
It was there for a reason. That's great. Yeah, I've definitely bought because the size, you never find a size you want, any kind of things like that. But I guess I can turn around this way. All those nutcrackers were actually bought at a Salvation Army because need to decorate a little bit, and nutcrackers that size, you can't get you couldn't afford at Bronner's or anything else. So a lot of the decorations around here, I think that advent calendar thingy there, I think was from. But yeah, I mean, and of course I've sold Santa suits at at a Santa get together like the red suit and all that. Sold Santa suits there for guys that are, they're gently, when I lost my weight, it's just like I have a suit that's a 4X, and so I've done it that way also. So I think it's good that way, as long as they're not, somebody needs a hand up, a little help out that way, because suits can be expensive. It's an easy thing. It's good to do.
I have been lucky enough to have been given a number of items by mentors or people who have retired or people who are sadly no longer with us. And sometimes they will get used in my work, or sometimes I will use them to help someone else who is getting started out and just needs a leg up, that type of situation. So when one of the first Canadians who got nominated to the Santa Claus Hall of Fame, Jimmy Lomax, passed away, we had a number of his Charles Howard suits from both the maker in Albion as well as Sam in Michigan, Sam Miliotto in Michigan. And we were able to connect those suits with up-and-coming Santas who are looking for a classic suit to wear, something just to get them started, something nicer than what they would have had. And it's just been good to be able to do that. And I always check the buy and sell and trade tables at conventions and events. And I always, sometimes oftentimes will provide something that is no longer in use in my work and put that to the table in hopes that it can find a life elsewhere with someone else. So that's the main thing, is if there's stuff that you're not using and you want it to continue to be used, why not give it to the buy and sell table or offer it up to someone that you're mentoring or someone who's getting a start.
Yeah.
So,
or if you hang on to it, can't get rid of it, take it to Goodwill.
Yep.
And one Claus's used item is another Claus's treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
All right, here's one from AJ for you, Phineus.
AJ has purchased 2 red bags from Spangle, and he did it just this past weekend at Branson, and he's using them for a suit. So good on you, AJ, and thank you, Spangle, for helping AJ out.
I know this weekend I'll be going. The Red Suit Conclave is going on this weekend. I'll be taking some things up there again, just because I know I bought some new stuff, so it's time to pass those on too. So
Here's another one, Phineas.
Jenny Kringle says that she has found a children's rocking chair that she and Doug take with them. We pull the little children's rocking chair out if a child not wanting to sit on Santa's knee, and this way it offers them a different way to get close to Santa and Mrs. Claus. We will then see the little children's rocking chair right in the middle of us on the floor, and that way you're able to get a picture with all 3 of them in it. So excellent use.
it's a beautiful thing to have that extra little. I have a red little rocking chair that I've used a few times, a little children's one.
Yeah.
It is. They will sit there quicker than they're apprehensive.
Mr. Bill Gorbett says most of my suits are secondhand. I just take them to my seamstress so she can replace fur and make any repairs they need.
So all you need to do, take them to the cleaner. You are in great shape. Because there's.
I see Don.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I see Don Weinreis says that he was gifted what he uses as his backup suit from his mentor's wife after his mentor passed. So, again, the continue the circle of magic and sharing. So good.
And he went on to say whatever he could not use, he took to a meeting of the group he belongs to and sold everything there. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Here's one from Kane. Hello, Kane. Good to see you. I hope you had good travels back home.
It says, I haven't bought a used suit, but I found a cool prop item at a thrift store. I found a light up book for $2 at a local thrift store. I haven't looked through used clothing items and wouldn't hesitate to buy them. Yeah, sometimes they'll have really like I bought years ago a Santa shirt. I mean, it wasn't really fluffy white sleeves, but enough to make it work. Didn't have to be a typical pirate shirt, but it was close. Still had buttons here instead of the lacing, but hey, it worked.
Yeah, that's like I said, that cane that Mel got was in perfect condition, not a scratch on it. The rubber didn't even look like it had been used, and the coat was in perfect condition. It was a custom made coat. The Santa that was selling it bought it used himself for an event that he had and only needed it one time. So that's why he brought it, put it on the rack, and thank God he did because it filled a need for me. I tell you. All right, Everett got one there, Phineas.
Everett takes used items to a Santa school or the Santa family reunion next year, as they will have a swap table area on the first day. And definitely, if you've got something that you're not going to use, take it to one of the groups that you're going to attend, and there will always be someone who could use it. So, follows up with Mrs. Claus's confined dresses at Goodwills or thrift stores, especially after proms. That is the truth. Same thing for Santa's looking for summer Santa wear. There are a lot of thrift stores often have Hawaiian shirts and summer shirts, bowling shirts, stuff that is lighter than usual, and you can check there. And let's be honest, most thrift stores always have surplus Christmas items, Christmas decorations that they have. They usually have them in a separate section. Go there with an open mind and think about how you could use them as decor or a prop or something like that. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And the shirt that I'm wearing today, it was free. I won it at the Maps at the giveaway up there for the class that we did, the Set Bob's class. First time to wear it though. It's a really nice shirt. I like it a lot. Can't beat free, that's for sure.
That's right. We know that's my favorite four-letter F word. Love it, love it, love it. Because
Yes, sir. So, have we got anything to add to that, gentlemen? Or
I think that's
I think we've run through our comments. So,
it's good to give back to. If you have something that you're not using, give back. There's plenty of up and coming. One of Branson, there was a few people that just a year or so getting started. They need props. They need different items. They need a pair of boots or a second pair of boots. There's always ways. Somebody that's in need. Kane said, I have bought red shorts from thrift stores because, let's face it, not everyone is selling red shorts. Yeah, I mean, you can find them there, and you just got to go in every once in a while. You go into the thrift store, made nothing here. Go back a week later because they rotate stuff all the time.
Dickies used to have the red shorts that they sold in Fort Worth. There's a Dickies storefront at the factory where they make them, and we used to go around and buy the shorts, and they always had a good selection, sizes. And you just cannot find those Dickies red shorts anymore. Now, there are other companies out there that are making red shorts, but it kind of was when I got in the industry, Dickies was kind of the standard. Everybody had to have a pair of red Dickies, for casual events and things. And the red Dickies work shirt, which went really well because the colors matched and the textures were, looked good together. So at one time I bought a bunch before I lost my weight. I've got some that are too big for me. I should put them on a sale and trade table. Maybe I'll do that in Oklahoma City.
Ray says he's got 2 suits that need good homes. Yeah, there's that. We want to pass them on. Great job, Raymond.
Sorry. I hit it about the same time you did. Amazon has both shorts and red coveralls for cheap. For the few times you might need them, they will hold up okay. Hello, John. How are you today, brother? How's the weather up here in your neck of the woods? Or the hills, you might say.
Well, he said it was 108 yesterday.
Ouch.
Today. You don't know what it's doing.
Well, now, my question for all those in the northern tier of the U.S. and even southern Canada, how's the smoke from all the wildfires? Have you had any trouble with that, Phineas?
During the weeks off, it was unbearable out. I was actually wearing the masks because of how thick the smoke was. The sky was either orange or yellow or brown for about 3 days, and everything smelled like a campfire and chemicals. So
A couple of YouTube channels, and I follow couples that live up in British Columbia, and they would pan the camera around, and you couldn't even see, maybe at best half mile, quarter mile, because it was so
My cousin
thick.
just got back from New York, and he took a video of the sky one day, and it was just so bad.
It's crazy. That's something we deal with every year. But this summer, with the El Nino and the heat dome that we've been setting under most of North America, it's been kind of ugly for sure. Kevin Martin says, I'm always looking for lightly used stuff. I love portraying Santa Claus, but don't have the money to buy from Angie's, Ardell's, or Heather. The seamstress, the custom seamstress that you mentioned, their pricing is up there, but when you go and watch their process and see what they go through to make those custom items, you realize why, with the cost of material, the cost of machinery, and all the things. But it doesn't help us guys that are on a budget. So budget shopping is a smart thing there, Kevin, for sure.
John says that the smoke has let up for him, but the 2 or 3 big fires are all west of him. I've got a friend who is actually a fire watcher in Oregon and lives out in the forest during the summer months, and his watchtower was burnt to the ground this past weekend, so he is currently out of a job and trying to figure out what's going to happen for the rest of the summer. So it's getting rough out there.
Wow.
All right. You know what? I think it's time to move along. We've spent our first half hour doing what we always do, and that's usually the time for us to move. So let's jump into santascloset.org next. All right, Phineas. Oh, wait a minute here. Heather Gabriel is making my first suit. Should be ready in October. When Heather was in Houston, Texas, before she moved back to the Pacific Northwest, she was quite busy down here in Texas. Lots of closets in Texas. We've got a large concentration, such a big state in major cities. And she was our top seamstress for a number of years. I think she got a big portion of, not all, but a big portion of the business here in Texas. I had a parade coat. Matter of fact, the picture that's in the Hall of Fame parade coat that I have on is a Heather Gabriel design. Very expensive, but very, very quality. Very nice. All right, Phineas.
Okay, so today's Sleigh Bell Brain Teaser is a question about the secondhand market. In 2025, the U.S. secondhand market was worth how much per year? Up 14.3% year over year. And for this, once again, we need the letter answer and also the answer itself. So A, 56 billion, B, 2 trillion, C, 42 billion, D, 953 million. So in 2025, the U.S. secondhand market was worth how much? Up 14.3% year over year.
That's a pretty good increase, almost 15% from year to year. That tells you folks are budget shopping for sure.
Yep, and the Claus effect here, bonus round, is according to the thrifting statistics from March 3rd of 2026, blank percentage of Gen Z consumers either thrift or wish to. Which percentage is that? A, 69%, B, 83%, C, 90%, or D, 96%. Now remember, you have to have the letter and the answer, not just the answer, not just the letter. You have to have both to help it easier for Angela to come up with the winners for these two questions.
Actually, 3, because we do have the bonus.
Bonus question. That's right. We got a bonus question, but it doesn't have multiple choice.
Right.
And today's bonus question is, what percentage of Americans are said to shop online for secondhand items?
Very good. Very nice. Now, I see some answers are coming in. I'll go ahead and give you a clue. The website that I got these off of are Capital One. What's in your pocket? That'll give you a little bit of an advantage if you want to go over and try to type it in.
Okay, you're supposed to pocket.
The answers are there. Now, Phineas, tell everyone what they get. And there are 3 opportunities. If you win each of these, that's 3 opportunities. What happens next?
So if you win the Sleigh Bell Brain Teaser, you give us your address and your T-shirt size, and your name will go to Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org, and they will send you a gift package and possibly a T-shirt. And if you answer either the Claus and Effect bonus round or the bonus question, your name gets put on the Wheel of Destiny and is entered into a draw for a scholarship to North Pole Cornerstones.
The Wheel of Destiny.
I like that. I do. I really, really do. That's a great one. Okie dokie. Hey, good luck to everyone. What's that, Angie?
I didn't say nothing.
No. All right. Well, good luck to everyone. Let's go ahead and let's run our next video.
Welcome to North Pole Cornerstones, the most magical 4-day educational Christmas experience you'll ever discover. Join Santa Bob, Anna Claus, and friends for interactive workshops, festive fun, creative learning, and unforgettable holiday memories. Whether you're a Christmas enthusiast, educator, or performer, this one-of-a-kind experience is designed just for you. Register today and take advantage of our early bird special before it's gone. Visit North Pole Cornerstones and make this Christmas truly extraordinary. Round 4 is set for February 18th through the 21st, 2027 at the Hilton Garden Inn and Conference Center in Edmond, Oklahoma City North. At Cornerstones, we've taken a different approach to learning. We've completely reimagined the learning experience. For more information, go to npcornerstones.com and see for yourself what all the excitement is. Just ask any of our alumni their experience. They'll be glad to share with you. We let them speak for themselves. Reach out and ask them. That's npcornerstones.com. Come join us in February.
Not only that, but
A little something, something.
You know what? What's really cool is all of us right here on this panel are going to be there.
That's right. You know, Angela is coming to Oklahoma this year. I don't know how many of you know it, but our producer will be there. She made an appearance last year, but this year she's coming to spend more time. It's going to be more fun. We had such a blast. And over at Cornerstones, we've been extremely busy. We've been, with everything else going on, we do find time to continue to work towards our end goal, and that is getting everything done before and ready to have our class back in February. So that was a new piece that we put together this week, along with a few other pieces. So no rest for the weary. No rest for the weary.
There's 6 special things for North Pole Cornerstones too.
Tell them about it, Randy. That you bring it up.
This is amazing. Can you believe there's 6? There's 6 scholarships that are available for North Pole Cornerstones. 6 people will be able to get that their classroom their classes taken care of. You just got to get there. What a deal! There's Phineas is doing one for mainly Canadian citizen, but if it doesn't work out, he will extend. Of course, North Pole Cornerstones is doing 2.
Mm-hmm. A Santa and a Mrs. Claus or Elf.
And Magical Santa, I'm giving one too. Just go online at the North Pole Cornerstones thing. They have all of them right there. You can apply for your scholarships right online. It goes right to the scholarships, and we make a decision later this year. Besides the one you just spin, of course, the other free ones, unbelievable.
Yep. So this next, what we're calling round 4, because that's kind of the way we started tagging them, was round 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be round 4, and it's going to be the biggest, the best. We've got more vendors, we've got more presenters, we've got more topics, and we're going to have more fun because we are stepping out on the limb and trying to really bring in some cool stuff for entertainment nights. So as those develop, we'll be able to talk more about it, but those are our plans and the way that we're headed now. Now, real quick, Phineas, we want to talk about Larry's scholarship. Tell us about that, and since you're in a unique position in Canada and offering that to a Canadian.
So the Santa Larry Lance Memorial Scholarship is for a Canadian Christmas performance portrayal. Basically, if you are interested in going to North Pole Cornerstones, if you go to the North Pole Cornerstones website, there is a place for you to apply for it. And once again, it's for Canadian citizens in particular, but I will extend it if there aren't any Canadian. But you must be a performing Santa or Claus performer, and you just go fill out the paperwork on the website, and it will get filtered to me, and I will announce it when the time comes to announce the winners. But it is for your tuition only, and you are expected to make your own way to Oklahoma City and pay for the hotel.
And while we're on the topic of Canadians, let's talk a little bit about the event that you guys went to. You and Dr. Bruce was presenters at. You want to talk about it?
Okay, so Bruce Kladovich and I were in attendance and teaching at the Santa Congress Canada, which takes place in Niagara Falls. It took place last week at the same time of School of Santas, hosted by Peter and Cheryl Boxall, brother and sister team. And it is a time of fellowship and education at Niagara Falls, Canada. The first day or so is 2 days of education at the host hotel. Bruce and I were there to teach, as well as a storyteller and someone who works with autistic children and special needs children. And then the rest of the time is a time of fellowship in the Niagara region. You get to attend a number of Niagara's tourist attractions with the rest of the Clauses, and there actually are formal events where the public is hosted and interacting with the various Clauses there. So a great time was had by all. Well done to Peter, Cheryl Boxall, Paul and Arlene Anderson, who are quite well known to folks from North Pole Cornerstones, as well as Zdravko Galenik, who is also on the arranging team. And we were really happy to be able to speak and present to everybody. So great.
And might mention Paul Anderson is also one of the 13 Cherry Hill Gold Ambassadors that program put together. And it's quite an honor to serve on that council with Paul and all the other folks that are in that program. All right, Randy, over to you. I know there's a couple other things that's not listed on the list. If either one of you's got something, go ahead and throw it in. But let's go ahead and talk about the Red Suit Conclave coming up.
Red Suit Conclave starts this weekend. Basically starts Friday night, but the classes don't start till Saturday up in Saginaw, Michigan. This will be the 10th year, August 1st and 2nd in Saginaw. We're staying at the 4 Point Sheraton, and it's off property from there, but classes all day, and it's that favorite F word too. All the classes are free. You just have to get there because it's all sponsored by MAPS. And there's a lot of great presenters. Ladies talking about two ladies are talking about special needs children and everything else, which will be a great class. And there's just all day there's classes. There'll be vendors. But that's this weekend for the 1st and the 2nd. And of course, do not forget, Saturday night will be the Claus fights there between the Kringle brothers and the couples Clauses. We're doing the feuds.
Family feud.
They drew a line in the sand, that Michael Howe did, and but we're ready for all the cousin Bruce and cousin Kathy and Kimmy and Chris and me will be on one team, and the other team, of course, is Michael, Howie, and I'm not sure who the other team is, and on the rest of the team. So Stacy will be on there, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Family Feud put on by Doug and all that. Going to be it's a complete program. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
The promos have been fun along. I mean, some of the stuff between Michael and Chris have been hilarious.
Hilarious. So it's going to be a lot of fun Saturday night. That's after the big banquet Saturday night, but that's Saturday and Sunday, the 1st, 2nd in Saginaw, Michigan. Just need to show up, but we can register there. If not, go to the Facebook page and register there because it'll be here in a couple days. Can't believe it's already going to be August already this weekend. Where does this year go?
Unreal.
Of course, the Northern Lights Academy is in August 22nd, 21st, 20th, 22nd, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd of August, 2026, and at Atlanta, Georgia, at the Great Northern Lights Academy. Go to northernlightsantaacademy.com/school to learn all about the Northern Lights Santa Academy. They do so much good there. It's a great school too. There's so many amazing schools out there. Really are. They're all different. You've got to try. So many of them. And then you pick one you just love, and you go back, and because then you're just like a family reunion then when you go back. So don't forget to do that.
And Rick has limited seating. He always caps his off at a certain number, and there are limited seats left. So if you have interest in going to that in Atlanta in August, at the middle of August, you need to get your seat reserved right now because it's going to go fast. I promise. It always sells out. All right, let's go. Next, let's go to Digging Deeper with Phineas, followed by Magical Performances A to Z with Randyl. Let's go.
Time already.
All right, everybody, welcome back, and it's good to be back on the air, and great to see Bob and Randyl. Glad that Randyl is feeling better. Always great to work with Angela. So grateful for her amazing work and support of our insanity, and looking forward to actually seeing her in person in Oklahoma City coming up in February. So we just finished our Christmas in July events. There might be a few more as July peters out and we're looking at August. And so now it's time for Santa to begin thinking about preparing for the final push. And so if you have a couple last Christmas in July events, or if you get spotted out in the wild undercover while you're out shopping, you might get asked, Santa, how prepared are you for Christmas? How prepared are the toys for Christmas? And so this is a time for you to have a quick hit for story building, because you're just out doing your shopping, doing whatever you have to be. And so this is where you're going to begin to need to think about what is happening at the North Pole for your last push. Is Mrs. Claus checking the list? Are you beginning to check it twice just to make sure that everybody who needs to be on the list is on the list? What's happening with the sleigh? You took the sleigh out for Christmas in July. Did it have a rough landing when you were landing in the grass as opposed to a landing in the snow? Are the reindeer ready? What's happening with the reindeer? Did the reindeer that you brought the sleigh with for your Christmas in July events, how did they handle the heat? How did they handle the travel? Do you think they'll be ready for Christmas? Lots of questions like that. But the number one thing the children are going to want to know is, how are the toy factories going? And this is where you need to begin thinking about researching what's coming up, what's hot in the toys, because we are beginning to see the Christmas movies that are coming out. There are going to be a couple of big blockbusters coming up this Christmas, including a certain superhero franchise. We've had a couple of Star Wars events coming out. We have seen San Diego Comic-Con introducing the upcoming toys for the people who are collectors, and action figures for children who play with the action figures. So this is where you need to begin to explore what is going to become the hot toy for the upcoming season. Are you beginning to go to the toy stores? Are you beginning to look at the catalogs or what's happening online? Did you check and see what is happening at San Diego Comic-Con? Because a lot of toy companies actually promote what they're going to be creating for the upcoming year for toys, especially if it's aligned with the Marvel movies, the Star Wars properties, things like that. So are you going to start doing your research for that so you're not caught off guard? Have you noticed what the hot toys are right now? Did you notice that there's been issues at Disney World with and Disneyland because they are releasing a new trading card game that's become the hot property for Disney, and how are you going to be able to handle that? So are you going to start your research soon? There's no time like the present, and you're going to quite soon find that, you know, we've already said that time's flying. It's August almost. It will be August this weekend. That means we've got less than 5 months until Christmas Day. We've got less than 4 months until our busy season begins. And there's just a lot going on with life. There's a lot going on as far as politics. There's an election coming up for some people in the United States. So there's a lot going on. What are you doing now to begin preparing yourself for that? And how will you explain how these toys are being made? Are they something that you're outsourcing? Are they something that is being done at the North Pole? How are the elves ramping up? Do you have to hire more elves because you see a push on Masters of the Universe figures or Marvel superheroes coming up soon? So lots of opportunity to build story there, but you're also going to have to do some research because you got to see what is going to be hot for toys, what the children are asking for these days. Hopefully you got a chance to talk to some children if you did Christmas and July events, so you know what they're beginning to think about, because the children are beginning to think about, hey, this is coming up soon. I really kind of wanted this. I saw this over the summer and it looked really cool and I want to get it. So lots of opportunity to begin thinking about that. You know, are you having to build create extra factory space at the North Pole? What does that look like? Is it something that you do physically? Is it something that is done through your Christmas magic? Or is it just something that the elves just make work because the elves just make work and get stuff done? So lots of opportunity to continue to build your North Pole while also preparing yourself for the inevitable questions and the names of toys, because who thought that those ugly little rabbit-eared fang-toothed Labubus last year were going to be the hot toy last year? You know, we had the slime several years ago, and, you know, you could buy the slime or make it yourself, or you can even get the Crayola slime kits. But it's always good to know what's coming up. If you look at what Lego's bringing, because Lego often forecasts what they're doing. As I said, San Diego Comic-Con was a good time to begin getting to see what the older children's toys and some of the mom and dad's toy desires would be. So begin thinking about that and putting your head around that type of thought, and you'll be prepared, and hopefully there won't be any curveballs come November, December, when you're going to be, what do they say? La boo 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 boo. You know, what is that? So you're not caught off guard. This is a time. It's quiet now. We can begin seeing what toys are being produced, and we can also explain how we are producing those toys for the children when we deliver them on Christmas Day. Anyways, hoping everybody has a wonderful week, and that if you're in an area where there's forest fires or wildfires, please keep safe and do your best to stay healthy and keep fresh air. So thank you very much and have a good day.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel! Be cool! Ho, 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 ho!
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard, and worn by the world-famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa and Company LLC makes Santa magical.
Very much. Can't believe it's been so many weeks. I missed this like crazy, being down at School of Santa. Then I was off for a while with a health deal, but thank you so much for allowing me to come back and say hello to everybody and spend some time. And just, I always want to remind everybody, remember the magic of the holiday season and where all our magic comes from. It always comes from here. It comes from our thought process and our imagination. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you a couple little routine tricks here that's good for walking around for Mrs. Claus or Santa or an elf. And it's just I don't know if you guys remember these when you were children. They just used to fold up and down. But I've taken it one step further and having fun with children they ask, well, how do you redecorate trees so fast? Oh, we have hundreds of thousands of Christmas trees. We'd like to redecorate real quick. So I've found a way to redecorate it. We have so many different colors. We have, of course, purple and blue and orange and gold and silver and green. Now, what you're going to do is, I can't do it now because this can't be interactive, but you ask anybody, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors, if they can tell you a number between 1 and 6. So let's just say 4. It doesn't really matter because it's all mathematical anyways. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's this easy when you tell the children how to change the color of the ornaments on the tree. It just goes like that and it all changes to gold. I think it was called Jacob's Ladder or something like that years ago when we were young, but this has got a holiday flair to it. If you want to walk around and just let it fall, that's also fun. But to choose the color is mathematical magic force. I've done it before on other things, but let's say you pick 3. Well, you need the gold because that is your item, so you go 1, 2, 3 instead. Somebody says 1, well, it's O-N-E, 2, T-W-O, 4, F-O-U-R. So mathematically it will always work. You just change how you count, up, down, or if you spell or if you count. But it's a very visual, quick little visual thing. A lot of children don't see it. Haven't seen this ever probably in the years. And it's fun to walk around. It folds up nice and easy in your pocket for a quick walk around. It's just an easy thing to have with you. Put it in your vest pocket, boom, and you're set to do it again. Doesn't need any resetting. All you've got to remember is just the count, which if you need some information, I can tell you that. But it's a lot of fun, and you can build a complete story on different items. But I just do the thing about decorating Christmas trees and everything else. This is another trick that we saw it there, but it's actually, I was taught by my elves that they were so excited that they found a bag that has 4 sides. I don't know if you guys ever seen a bag with 4 sides before. Have you? Well, there's the front side, the back side, the inside, and the outside. That's 4 sides. Okay, you don't really agree with me. But it is a magical bag. It's a magical Christmas bag is what it is. It's a beautiful Christmas color on the outside. Of course, then, Christmas is a little ways away, and we've got quite a few sleeps to do. I think it's about 159 sleeps, so it's going to get dark out at night. And, of course, then we have to go to sleep before Christmas will get here. So we can change that, but there's so many other things that has to happen between now and then. Between now and Christmas, so many things between the daytime and of course you're sleeping. There's so many things that has to happen. And of course we have to wrap packages, and packages can be all kinds of colors and bows and everything else, and they're just gorgeous the way they wrap the packages. The elves just love wrapping packages, and of course there's other things they love to do, which we just talked about, is trimming trees. We love trimming trees, and of course there's so many different ornaments to put on. There's beautiful ornaments of all colors, their shapes and everything else. They're just gorgeous to do the tree, but of course this is always, like I said, it's the magic bag, and it's got to look like Santa's bag. We're going to use it, and of course that's the Santa's bag. This is no big. And of course what you do is there's a little zipper in here and a little surprise. What I always do then, I reach down in and I have one of these coins I give to if you're doing a house visit or everything, do a whole fun little story. But then you ask the mom or dad, you ask the mom, what this is called? This is Claus. Nightmare. It is a very big seamstress nightmare, sure is. But it's a fun little trick. It's interactive. It gets them talking, like, how can a bag go in that many different times? And then at the end you come up with something. You don't have to do this. You can do a mouth coil at the end. You can pull a card out. There's lots of things you can pull out of the pocket. It's a big pocket, but it's just fun to take some time and use your imagination of coming up with a story. And the stories change sometimes. Just happen to be work out for the way these are. The pattern of the material gave me the story. It was easy. They're not all going to be that easy to give you the pattern to give you the story, but there's other ways of doing it. I do it. I have one that's not Christmas time that I do, and the magic thing, and it becomes an egg bag. I do an egg bag routine after it, but it's extra fun. It's interacting with things. It gets people giggling, and besides, then you leave a gift for someone. So that's what I know. I've talked about it so many times. I like to take the magic, step it a little bit, do something with it, and then be able to turn it into a gift. Help it make the gift worthwhile. Instead of just saying, here, put this under your pillow or whatever. It's a little bit more. You went through that whole routine. Of course, you don't have to do it as fast as I did it, but I can see the writing on the wall there. It says we're getting close to 5 o'clock. But there's so many things to do. But that's the thing. Always remember, that is our best magic, is our imagination. So thank you very much, Angela. It'll be great to see you in North Pole Cornerstones. Of course, everybody, the whole gang will be great to get back together. The band will be back together there, which will be fantastic. So thank you very much. Love you all. You guys have been so wonderful. I can't believe it. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Santa's official photographer, a name given to me by the Christmas community, but you can call me Jessica. For 35 years, I've been a portrait photographer, specializing in children and family. But here lately, I've been focusing on creating artistic images of Santa, Mrs. Claus, and their Christmas elves. What starts off as a simple photograph is transformed into a digital masterpiece. This isn't just photography. It's an exchange where the performer steps fully into their role, immersed in a real-life theatrical set where together we bring that story to life. If you're ready to elevate your presence with images that truly stand out, visit holidayphotomagic.com.
Very good, very good.
I tell you what, guys, you two are amazing. You bring it every single time on Mondays. The things that you come up with, the stories that Phineas has added to the backstory portion, the things he's come up with. Got some comments here real quick. John says Crayola has a washable little figure that comes with markers that would make great stocking stuffers for the under 6 crowd. Sometimes looking down the clearance aisles, you find them cheap. Next we have Bill Gorbett says, well done, Phineas. Always gives me something to think about. I agree 100%. Randy Neely says, that is awesome. Randall, love it. And Diane Vian says, cool. Never seen that one before, Randall. So great job, guys.
Also, what Phineas was saying about the toys, don't forget the cartoons. I know that's not how to build what Phineas was talking about, doing things at the North Pole of building, but also you got to start investigating the cartoons that your children love, because they kind of change a little bit here and there too, and the different, adding more characters and everything else to the to the shows. So checking that, because it's not the toys, but those also go along with, like their Paw Patrol. There's plenty of toys that go along with it. So just something to look into also.
And they got that Fart Blaster Pro out now.
Fart Blaster Pro. It's got 2 cents and a fog that goes with it. I mean, that's a crazy one there. I've got the original and had a ton of fun with it, but hey,
Ian's fart fun.
The new one is over the top for sure. All right, we're a little bit long today. I want to apologize for that. It was my fault. Real quick, the sleigh bell brain teaser on our trivia. In 2025, the U.S. secondhand market was worth, and the answer there was A, $56 billion. Wow.
Billion.
Unreal. And
he goes like this, doesn't he? No, like this.
There you go. And our winner, Angela.
Hi-ho, back to timeout he goes. Mr. Stud Muffin.
Mr. Stud Muffin. AJ the Stud Muffin goes back in timeout.
Tell you that, AJ.
Yeah. Claus and effect bonus round. What percentage of Gen Z consumers either think or wish to thrift? Would be B, 83%. Winner?
Bill Coates.
Bill Coates, your name goes on that famous wheel that we've talked about that Phineas is tagged. And the Phineas bonus round. What percentage of Americans stop shopping online for secondhand items? What percentage of Americans shop online for secondhand items? Did I get that right? I got that right. The answer there is 93%. Can you believe it? 93%. Angela?
You can't blame anybody for wanting to find a deal. You can't at all.
Winner?
And we had a twofer on that one.
A twofer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Bill Coates.
Bill Coates got that one too. Good job, Bill.
A lot of great winners.
Name comes on there twice. That ups your chances for that scholarship 2 more times. That's great. That's a good thing. All right, we kind of got our commercials out of place. Should have played King Rest and Caboose after Randall's segment because the A to Z is brought to you by those. I want to say thank you to Thurman Apparel and Sam over at Santa and Company for bringing us the Digging Deeper with Phineas. So go ahead and let's run those last 2 commercials and we'll wrap it up. All right, fantastic. You know, a lot of folks are showing up with new footwear from Caboose. Joey has been very busy. He says he's very appreciative of everyone that has seen the commercials on the TNO network and uh, reaching out and buying new footwear for themselves. Gonna be a great Christmas. And
I
all right,
ordered a pair when I was at School of Santa. I ordered a pair down there.
yep, very nice. Oh,
Remember, if you do buy something from one of our sponsors, make sure you mention us.
Yeah.
That's where you saw the ad.
the ad, that's right, because that lets them know that their money that they are putting towards their ads are, coming back to them in ways of sales because you saw it or decided to buy it because of the commercial. Okay, our final, let's see here. Don't forget to watch all the 2026 family of shows. Tune in, kick up your heels, join in the fun. All powered by TNO Network Productions. I was trying to figure out where we was at on our script there. Our last call is our final thoughts, and that is our North Pole nightcap. Guys, got any final thoughts?
Just to give everybody a heads up that Sean White's Claus Connection will be taking a night off tonight. She'll be back next week, just to make sure that everybody can just wait till next week, but you can watch Tuesday Night Live tomorrow. So.
Very good, Bill. We thank you, and we hope that you and your son got some rest after the long week and weekend, the hot weekend that it was in Branson. Thank you, Sherry. We love you.
Sherry.
Your hubby also. So thank you so much, and thanks for tuning in and supporting us and everything that we do, Sherry. We love you, love you, love you, love us. Some Larry and Sherry for sure. All right, thanks everyone for joining us. We want to say, stay out of the heat, stay hydrated. But don't stop living. Get out there and have fun. Just do it in moderation. Thanks for joining us today, and we will catch you tomorrow night with a North Pole Cornerstones, all about everything that's coming up that we can share at this point. Deanna Golden will be our guest. It's going to be a fun and informative show. If you've thought about coming to North Pole Cornerstones and want to know more, tune in tomorrow night on Tuesday Night Live. Thanks, everyone.
Be there. It's a great time.
Thanks, Phineas. Thank Angie. And thank everyone in the audience.
Bye, y'all.
Okay.